I spent 50 hours recreating Gerudo Town from Breath of the Wild in Minecraft. Gerudo Town is my favorite village from Breath of the Wild, so I wanted to do it justice, trying to get every detail as accurate and to scale as possible. I'm really excited to get into this one, so without further ado, let's get into the construction of Gerudo Town. And be sure to stick around until the end to see the finished product. I had set up replay mod after I had already started building, but thankfully you guys didn't miss much, as all I did was make a general outline for the town, a rough draft version of the noble canteen, which would later be changed anyway, and a few other small things. I started to build up the front of the royal palace and the waterways on either side. I had to find the right combination of stairs and slabs to get the right slope here as well. I worked a little more on the front of the palace and gave everything its general shape. I messed around with the spacing of the walkways a bit, trying to get everything accurate, and then added in the spaces for the palm trees. Having never built palm trees before, my prototypes turned out horrendously, but I changed them later on and they came out looking pretty well in the end. Next was Starlight Memories. Some things were adjusted later on, but my rough draft turned out pretty well. The awning was really simple, and the large jewel on top was pretty easy too. Here you can see me building the design for the merchant booths, as well as the cooking area that would later be changed. Next was the sand seal booth, and of course filling in the alleyway. I started on the chest storage area. This area was later narrowed for accuracy. Moving on, I built up the Sand Seal Trainer's house, which is right on the other side of the Gerudo Secret Club. You can start to see some of the smaller details in the alleyway getting filled in too. And the Sand Seal booth was feeling too big, so I shrunk it. Across the way from the Gerudo Secret Club is this house, which turned out to be one of my favorites. Now we get to the big boy stuff. On the left side of the palace is a royal sand seal pen enclosed by the aqueduct. Of course, there's a palace entrance here as well. Built this little house down here, and overall I'm super happy with how this whole area turned out. Work on the throne room began, which turned out to be one of the hardest parts of the build. I might as well take this time to point out that many things built weren't captured on replay mod, and that's either because I forgot to press record or I didn't think it was interesting enough to record. And really, a lot of what you see me building is later edited to look more accurate once I come back with fresh eyes. Once I was feeling good, I moved on to the next level of the palace, Riju's bedroom. Before tackling the daunting rock structure on top of the bedroom, I decided to do something easy and build up fashion passion. And then I got to work on the giant rock. I did not have world edit at this time, so 90% of the finished product was made by hand. This was by far the most time-consuming part of the build, trying to get the shape just right and getting the water to flow where it should. To finish it off, I went back with World Edit to shape it out a little better. Finally, I got around to building this gazebo looking thing over at the Royal Sand Seal Pen. The classroom was next on my list, so I headed over to the other side of the palace. This may look kinda small, but it actually is size accurate to how it is in Breath of the Wild. I completed the Gerudo soldier training area, complete with the statue in the back and the practice dummies. This platform right here would later be centered more accurately. After completing that and doing the final touch-ups to the block palette using World Edit, I had built Gerudo Town in Minecraft. This was one of the longest builds I've ever done, clocking in at about 50 hours over the course of 4 weeks. This map and video were inspired by my fellow YouTuber, Grazzy, who is currently building all of Breath of the Wild in Minecraft, so definitely go check out his channel. It'll be linked in the description. He was also kind enough to give me pointers along the way, as this was the first thing I built in probably years. I love being reminded of all the amazing things you can do in this game, and the sense of accomplishment you feel after finishing a large build like this. Gerudo Town really is a special place for me, and I never get tired of going there and just listening to the music and the sound of the flowing water. Oh, and also a map download at, let's say, 300 likes. Thank you all so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more, my Hylians.